Hello, everyone. Do you like Chinese food? Which food do you like most? What philosophical ideas are reflected in food culture? Today, we will talk about Chinese food. The objectives for this unit are to get you acquainted with the rich culture of Chinese food and to develop your English language skills with the terms and expressions concerned in Chinese food. We are going to cover rich food culture, balanced diet, choices of food materials, cooking methods, and the development of 8 cuisines. In the first session, we'll talk about Chinese food culture briefly. Now, let's go. There is a very famous saying, which is, "Fashion is in Europe, living is in America, but eating is in China." This saying is a very good demonstration of a rich culture of Chinese food. There is another demonstration of rich Chinese food culture, which is our daily greeting when we meet each other. Have you eaten your meal? 您吃了吗? This is the first sentence coming out of our mind when we greet each other. This daily greeting can best show that food culture is very important in our daily life. No matter when it is business negotiation or family gathering, people like to dine out together to make business negotiations successful or to strengthen family ties. Without dining together, all gatherings might be regarded as not satisfying and not complete. Eating is not just meant to fill the stomach. Being able to consume a good amount of food and knowing what and how to eat are all viewed as a good fortune. There is probably not another place in this world that has as great a variety of delicious food as China, and that has a long and rich food culture as China. Now, let's watch a video.
Throughout history, the Chinese have valued food as a very important part of life. In China, the preparation and appreciation of food has been developed and refined over many centuries to the highest level. Banquets were the ultimate enjoyment of life, and the concepts of food and friendship were inseparable. The two philosophies dominating Chinese culture, Confucianism and Daoism, also greatly influenced Chinese cooking. Confucius established culinary standards and proper table etiquette, most of which remain the standards of today. He taught that good cooking depends on the blending of a variety of ingredients rather than the taste of individual elements. Daoism was responsible for developing the hygiene and nutritional aspects of cooking. Principally, Daoism sought to nourish and prolong life. Some 20 centuries before Christ, the Chinese were already growing crops, fishing, hunting, and rearing farm animals. Over time, the Chinese identified some 100 different animals for consumption. But the point at which cooking became an art was sometime during China's great classical age, the Zhou dynasty, between 1100 and 200 BC. The imperial cuisine of the Zhou dynasty was a vast improvement over the cuisine of previous dynasties. A stratified system of food for the emperor, princes and lords was established, and with it, a clearly defined imperial kitchen system. There were 22 departments with over 2,000 staff. The study of food and drink was greatly advanced by Zhou scholars. Theories from different schools of thought examined food in relation to the universe, society, and life itself. As medical science developed, greater attention was given to nutrition. During the Han Dynasty that followed from 200 BC to AD 220, China's strengthened economy and cultural exchanges provided new cooking utensils, skills, and sources of ingredients. Eggplant, hot peppers, and corn originated from outside, but were quickly established as common ingredients in China. And when the imperial kitchen started growing vegetables in hothouses, the emperor could enjoy his favorite vegetables all year round. Till today, Many Chinese dishes consist of bite-sized ingredients stir-fried over a high fire. The tradition of cutting food into bite sizes during preparation is unique to Chinese cooking. The use of knives at the table was considered in poor taste. Over hundreds of years, the imperial kitchens recorded their recipes, processes, and discoveries for the benefit of later generations.
This video tells us rich Chinese food culture, which is greatly influenced by Confucianism and Daoism. In history, there are many famous people being regarded as experts in cooking and tasting food, which are called epicures. Su Dongpo, the great writer of the Song dynasty, not only was famous for being outstanding in writing, but also for being talented as an epicure. His creation, the Dongpo pork, becomes a highly praised and popular dish. There is another person who plays a very important part in developing food culture in China. He is Yuan Mei. Yuan Mei, also a poet, is regarded to be the first man in China to do systematic research on Chinese food and food culture. He wrote a very famous book, 随园食单. In this book, he covered 326 dishes from the 14th to 18th centuries, ranging from exotic meat dishes to superb seafood, incorporating delicacies from both the north and the south. This work is a valuable historical documentation in the history of Chinese food culture and therefore is regarded as food classic. Yuan Mei was honored as an epicure or the sage of food and the greatest food theorist. Yuan Mei is the first person in China who wrote biography for cooks, such as Biography for the Cook Wang Xiaoyu, 厨师王小鱼传, which makes the cook of low social status well known, respected by people, and cooking got more attention from people. Yuan Mei is also the first person to put xian, fresh and delicious, as the basic flavor dishes should have. In 随园食单, the Chinese character xian is used more than 40 times, which shows that Yuan Mei put great emphasis on xian. There is a very important festival related to Yuan Mei, which is the International Chinese Food Day, 国际中餐日. The idea of the International Chinese Food Day was put forward by Zhao Rongguang in the International Forum of Globe and Healthy Diet in 2003, and approved by all the delegates from different associations relating to food culture. The International Chinese Food Day is fixed on March 25th. Why on this day? Simply because this day is Yuan Mei's birthday. Setting the International Food Day on this day can best show the great and irreplaceable role Yuan Mei has played in Chinese food culture. These epicures and the chefs of the past together brought about the rich culture of Chinese food. Up till now, you have learned two famous epicures and the International Chinese Food Day. Thank you for your attention.